Hello friends, and welcome to another video. In today's video we are going to be doing the very first installment of a new series on my channel where we are going to be balancing our bookshelf after each month. So we're going English. Through the whole month of March, I kept up with every book I read or unhauled versus books that I bought. And so we're going to go through and we're going to balance our bookshelf. I'll tell you what number my TBR started at versus what it is currently at today. We have so much to go over, so let's just get into it. I don't know how this is going to go because I have so much to go over. I have a pile of the books I read, a pile of the books I bought. I needed to do this because they have been piling up on my desk. Oh, I see one over there that I'm going to have to go get when the time comes. But anyway, so we started the month of March with 346 books on my physical TBR. Yes, I know. All right, so we started with 346 books. I read this book. Is this book 2? 3? Book 3 in the Brides of Mist and Fae series. I have not decided yet if I'm going to DNF this series. I only have one more to go, so I don't know. But I read it, and that brought us to 345 books. And then I read Presidential Bargain by Rebecca Gallo. That brought our number down to 344 books. And then my Fairy Loot box came. So I got the Scorpion and the Night Blossom. So beautiful, beautiful edition, by the way. Like, so pretty. And I still have not gotten my March box yet. I have emailed them. I've got a bone to pick with them. Where's my box? Because I heard it's the new Olivia Blake book, and I really want it. So I'll give you my box, Fairy Loot. But anyway, so we got the Scorpion and the Night Blossom, which brought our number back up to 345. All right, I'm just going to be adding these to the shelf as I go. All right, and then we read the third book in the Red Queen series, which is King's Cage, which brought our number back down to 344. Then we read Pucking Wild by Emily Rath, which brought our number down to 343. So then I went on Amazon and I ordered the next 2 books in that series, and then my pre-order for Wildside came. So with these, my number went up to 346. Then this book is going to be forever long. Then I read Flock by Kate Stewart. And I also, I unhauled 2 Sophie Lark books that I knew I just wasn't going to end up reading. And then I read God of Pain. So these brought us down to 343. And then I saw that this movie was coming out on Amazon, and so I wanted to read the book first, so I got Roll off of Pango. So this brought us back up to 344. This is where my dark romance kind of kicked off. I read Seventh Circle by Tate James and Pen Pal by J.T. Geisinger, and this brought our number down to 342. Then my Book of the Month box came in, and we did some damage with that one. I got 3 books in my Book of the Month box. So because of my BFF status with Book of the Month, I could get 1 free book from like their Book of the Year like picks or whatever. And the only out of the 5 I had read 3, and one of them I wasn't interested in. So we have The Wedding People. I got the new TJ Klune book, The Bones Beneath My Skin. And then my Book of the Month pick for the month was Our Infinite Fates, which I have heard great things about. I also found a review for this on Amazon with Grace, so I bought this. And then my pre-order for Heart of the Everflame came in. So with all of those, that brings us up to 347. And then I read Vipers and Virtuosos by Sav R. Miller. So this was the only book before I added more. If you'll just remember, March was my birthday month, so I kind of went all out when it came to buying books last month. So we read Vipers and Virtuosos, and this brought us number down to 346. And then because I heard great things about the other Caitlin Taylor book, I bought Deceit, which is the first book in her like reverse harem trilogy. So that brought us back up to 347. And then because I was in the middle of a book of a series and I knew I was going to like it, I bought the second book, which is A Kingdom That's Cursed and Empty. So that brought us up to 348. So after that, I ended up finishing the first book, which is A Court That's Cruel and Lovely, which brought us back down to 347. And then I had another little birthday book bender. So I was going to turn it into a video, but I ended not. So I bought Legendborn, which I've heard great things about. I know the new one just came out and I've heard nothing but fantastic things. And then because it is the only book in this series that I did not have yet, so to complete the series on Pango, I got God of Fury. And then my aardvark box came in and I got 3 books in the March box. For the month of March in Aardvark, I got Upon a Starlit Tide. I think this is like it's The Little Mermaid meets Cinderella. So I was like, say less. So I got Upon a Starlit Tide. I got the new Stephen Graham Jones book, Buffalo Hunter Hunter. And then I got The Strange Case of Jane O, which sounded really good. I'm running out of room to put books. So I'm just going to stop trying to put them on the shelves until we get done here because... So after that, that brought us to 352 books on the TBR. And then we read some. We read God of Wrath, which brought us down to 351. Then my pre-order for the new Hunger Games book, Sunrise on the Reaping, came in, which brought us back up to 352. Whew. I read Graves, which brought us down to 351. I read A Court of Monsters and Malice, which brought us down to 350. I read Coach by Devney Perry, which brought us down to 349. And then I read A God of Ruin, which brought us down to 348. Then, you guessed it, I bought more books. So then I bought more books. After reading Coach by Devney Perry, I wanted to continue the series, so I got Blitz. And then I've been on Arena Kent kind of kick, so I got the first 2 books in the Royal Elite series, which is the parents to the ones of the Legacy of God series. So that brought us back up to 351. Then I read Deep End by Allie Hazelwood, which brought us back down to 350. My pre-order of Kiss the Villain, which is the next book, I guess you could say the Legacy of God series, but it's like its own little trilogy in itself. So I got the next book. This is Gareth's book. I pre-ordered this. So we got that brought us back up to 351. And then because I had a voucher at Barnes & Noble for my birthday, I got Pucked Up, which is the book 2 in, don't know what series this is, but by Helena Hunting. So that brought us back up to 352. I'm telling you, y'all, like March, I went all out. All right. Then I read Chasing the Wild by Elliot Rose, which brought us down to 351. And I also read The M8 by Frida McFadden, which brought us down to 350. I bought the new Camelot series, which is it's a trilogy. So this brought me back up to 353. Then I read God of Fury by Rita Kent. This brought me back down to 352. And then because a book that I was reading I liked so much, I went and bought another one from the author. So this is Hello Teas by Kelsey Haas, which brought me back up to 353. Then I read American Queen, which brought me back down to 352. I read Hello Quarterback, which brought me down to 351. And then I read First Time Caller, which brought me down to 350. So we started at 346. We're at 350. So not too bad considering all of the books I read. I mean, all of the books I bought. So not too shabby. So that is our first Balanced Bookshelf video. If you liked it, let me know down below. I want to do this every month for my channel it keeps me accountable. I've already started April, but I've got to go in and fix the numbers because I am too off. So I should have started at 350 instead of 352. So I've got to go in and fix the numbers. But yeah, so thank you for watching. If you made it this far, leave me a little, leave this emoji down below. I'm going to look and see if there's like a balance emoji, but leave this emoji down below to let me know you got this far if you don't know what to say. If you did, and there is a book in this video that you saw that you really want to, hear my thoughts on or see me read, let me know down that below as well. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next one.